It's a breadth of value to the whole business with having a connector in an area, because you get such a different perspective and it ripples out across the business as well.
Fujitsu gets completely different people coming back into the business with fresh ideas that you'd never have got from a traditional IT role.
What it allows you to do is to send people out into the community and to really get hardwired into there.
The Business Connector programme is about finding ways in which businesses can collaborate with local community organisations in a way that makes communities stronger.
We've got a major scheme coming up in this area where we're going to close our treatment at this site and bring water from about 30 miles away. That has a significant impact on people as we're doing the construction.
There's a lot of people concerned about a big capital investment scheme, a pipeline, so our connector has been able to help us build and enhance stakeholder relationships so that people can understand what it is we're doing.
It's people in the community that haven't worked for a long time, have mental health issues, and we give them the opportunity to learn new skills, engage with life. A lot of people think, I'm going to help third sector, I've got to write a cheque. You don't. There's a lot of other things that you can do to support charity sectors, and there's a lot that we can do to support businesses as well.
People are really surprised that United Utilities are willing to give up a senior manager to go and do this role and pay for it. But the benefits of that have been great. Having me as a business connector has helped United Utilities actually achieve the planning permission to build a massive infrastructure project, one of the biggest, if not the biggest, we've ever built.
My placement was in Redcar in the northeast of England, right on the east coast. Middlesbrough and Redcar have a lot of issues. We work with a guy called Frankie Wales. We helped in things like how to write grant applications.
You know, you phone somebody up and they go, yeah, we can do that, we can sort that, and that's a massive weight off your shoulder being a small charity.
The hook is to get the young person interested in something, in this case it's boxing, but what he then did was to get them into employment.
We help people help themselves. We've got over 40 young people into full-time, real employment, not Mickey Mouse jobs, real jobs.
We're a big believer in supporting the local communities in which we work and operate. We are a business that's got 1,700 shops out in the high streets, and it's really important to us that we understand those communities. Craig is part of a really key strategic programme for the business. His project requires him to liaise across a number of different functions, and that directly relates to the experience he had as a business connector.
Lloyds has 1,700 branches and we've got about 20,000 people working in our branches, and day in, day out they're having conversations with people about digital banking. So if we get that wrong, you think of the quantity of wasted time that's in there is just immense. Some sections of our customer base, so for example our older customers, are not managing to keep pace with digital in the way that some of our younger and more agile customers are able to. And I've been able to use some of the experience that I've had here in Swindon, a lot of that real on-the-ground experience, to be able to feed into solutions that then we have to roll out on a national scale. Horizons is called a wellbeing group, largely older residents, mostly retired in Swindon. We brought Horizons in to meet Halifax first of all. That went really well, and 14 out of the 16 staff said that they wanted to become involved in helping Horizons achieve the goal of becoming more digitally savvy.
Some people couldn't do emails, they wanted to do things like FaceTime or Skype but didn't know how to do it. They were so grateful and so enthusiastic.
Every large organisation has got a very significant case file of projects that have rolled out with the best of intentions but never really quite managed to hit the mark when it came to customer take-up, and a lot of that is down to not really understanding in truth what customers want.
Resilience is a really big thing that you get from being a connector, and you don't understand what resilience means until you go out in the community and you're there on your own. Windmill Hill is a tiny community within the borough of Halton, which is in the top 10% of most deprived communities in the whole of the UK.
We've had a very successful partnership with Zoe as a business connector. One of the biggest successes is probably the support that she gave us in terms of helping us to set up a forum of professionals to kind of facilitate and share information, advice and support and resources so that we can adequately support people into employment.
Fujitsu make it really clear you're expected to move into a more senior position because you will have gained skills and experience that you wouldn't have got within the organisation. I came in with a different outlook to say, just because we've done it that way before, could we do it a different way in future?
Actually getting out into the community, working with businesses, working with council chief executives is a fantastic leadership experience.
You only realise what you've got with hindsight and you think, wow, look at the multitude of skills that I experienced. I genuinely feel like I'm a better leader.
Without having that experience of having been in the outside world, all of us internally are stuck with the same questions that we can't actually answer.
The impact of being able to say that the water company had funded the role and was interested in community cohesion was really significant to people.
Every single time a connector comes back, we review, should we continue this programme? Should we put a talented person out there? So far we have always said yes, and I think that speaks volumes for itself.
Lloyds has a number of different reference people in the organisation that internal projects can refer to and then say, we're thinking of doing this, what do you think? How do you think this would really translate?
What it should be seen, in my view, is part of the overall set of tools an organisation has to meet its business goals and objectives.
It's not about businesses being nice and giving to charity. That relationship can be mutually beneficial.
It's not philanthropy, it is genuine business results.